The blizzard hit Detroit like a sledgehammer. Through frosted glass, 72-year-old Dorothy Washington watched 9 massive motorcycles disappear under falling snow. 9 leather-clad giants stood on her crumbling porch, ice clinging to their beards, desperation in their eyes. Outside, the temperature was dropping to 15 below zero. Without shelter, anyone caught in this storm would die tonight. Her arthritic hands trembled on the deadbolt. Not from the cold, from fear. These men could overpower her in seconds, but they were human beings, and they were dying out there. Dorothy had an impossible choice. Lock the door and let 9 strangers freeze to death, or open it and risk everything. T-72. Dorothy lived alone in a house slowly crumbling around her. Her $1,200 Social Security check barely covered rent, utilities, and ration medicine. She stretched blood pressure pills to every other day. Her furnace wheezed through cracked windows. The neighborhood was dying too. Abandoned houses, broken streetlights, young men on corners. Despite everything, Dorothy swept her steps every morning and kept her late husband Robert's American flag displayed. That March evening, her furnace finally died. When the power failed, Dorothy heard the CB radio crackle with emergency calls. Motorcyclists were stranded nearby. In this weather, they wouldn't survive the night. T-815, thunderous pounding shook her door. Through the frosted glass, 9 massive silhouettes. Her heart hammered. "Ma'am," a deep voice called. "Our bikes are dead. We just need shelter until morning." Dorothy's hand hovered over the deadbolt. She thought about Robert, about her faith, about Good Samaritans. She whispered a prayer and opened the door. 9 giants filed through, but instead of chaos, military precision. "Thank you, ma'am," the leader said, removing his helmet. "We won't forget this kindness." They moved with organized efficiency. "Sound off. Any injuries?" "All good here, Sergeant." Within minutes, they'd fixed her furnace. They refused payment, shared military rations, and organized watch schedules. Dorothy's fear transformed into curiosity. These weren't criminals. They spoke in military terms, stood guard, made her feel safe for the first time in years. At dawn, they cleaned her home spotless and prepared to leave. The leader, Eagle, offered an envelope. Dorothy refused. "I didn't help you for money. You're good, man. That's enough payment." Eagle studied her face. "What's your full name, ma'am?" "Dorothy Washington." "What?" He handed her a keychain with an eagle logo. "My call sign. Anyone bothers you, show them this." Then a phone number. "Anything you need, you call me." "No debt," Dorothy insisted. "Just neighbors helping neighbors." Eagle snapped to attention and delivered a full military salute. The other 8 followed suit. "Ma'am, you saved 9 lives last night. In our world, that means everything." Over the next weeks, strange things happened. Drug dealers vanished. Her street light was mysteriously repaired. Groceries appeared on her porch. Dorothy finally called the number. "This is Colonel James Morrison, United States Army, retired." The voice melted into warmth. "Mista, I've been hoping you'd call." "Colonel Morrison, who exactly are you?" "Ma'am, I'm a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. Every man with me that night is a decorated combat veteran. We're motorcycle club veterans, therapy for PTSD, community service, healing together." Morrison's voice grew serious. "I did research on you. Your husband, Robert, saved my mentor's life in Vietnam. Without him, I never would have become the soldier I am. When we saluted you, we were honoring Robert's widow." Dorothy could barely process it. "Mist, you'll never want for anything again. Not because we owe you, but because you're family. You've always been family." Morrison offered everything. Complete house renovation, VA benefits she'd never known about, $2,847 monthly plus $68,000 retroactive, medical coverage, and an official position as den mother for the club. Her house would become their community support center. 6 months later, Dorothy's neighborhood had transformed. Crime dropped 67%. Her home gleamed. At 72, she was enrolled in community college with a 3.8 GPA, working as a certified peer counselor. Sunday dinners served 60 people weekly. 12 other cities had implemented similar programs. 1 year later, exactly March 15th, another blizzard hit. At 8:15 p.m., Dorothy's doorbell rang. A young Hispanic family, recently discharged veteran Miguel, his wife Maria, and their crying baby, stood shivering at her door. Dorothy opened immediately. Come in, come in. Let me make some coffee. Within an hour, the veteran network mobilized. Miguel had a job, Maria had study space, the baby had medical care, and they had a furnished apartment 2 blocks away. How can we ever repay this kindness? Miguel asked. Dorothy smiled. Just help the next person who needs it. That's how kindness grows. Dorothy's story proves that one act of courage can change everything. You don't need money or power to change lives. You just need the courage to open your door when someone needs help. When your moment comes, will you be someone's Dorothy Washington?